Hey guys, it's Bob. Welcome back once again to Modern Life for the 70s Mind. How you guys doing? I hope you're having a good day. Today's my birthday, and believe it or not, I came down to the basement to react to a song, and I think I came up with something really interesting. I don't freak out about my birthday. I mean, it's tough turning 30, but sometimes you just have to do it. I'm a little older than that. But I guess my perspective, and I've convinced myself that this is my real feelings. I've convinced myself that I'm just really thankful that I've made it to my age, and I've lost so many friends along the way who didn't make it to where I'm at. So I'm very thankful for that. So I don't freak out about birthdays, but you do kind of think about your life. And when I was doing that, this song "In My Life" by the Beatles came to mind. I'm like, I wonder if there's some way I can react to something along that line with that song. So I looked it up, and I was so happy that a video by, I gotta look, I keep forgetting her name, Allie Sherlock popped up. Then she did a cover of "In My Life," which is exactly what I was looking for. So I went ahead and keyed it up, and I think I want to react to this. But then I kind of made me think maybe there's other people who also do a cover on it. So I'm going to do 3 videos, and I'm going to react to each one. I'm not going to break them in half like I normally do. I'm just going to play it all the way through. We'll talk about it, then move to the next, and then move to the third one. And I'm really excited about this because this is one of my favorite all-time Beatles songs. And especially now that it's hitting my birthday here, it just means a little bit more to me. So I hope you will stick out this video and listen to all 3 of these artists, because I'm hoping that they're all going to be good. So we're going to start out with Allie. And I know a little bit about her because I've seen her on Facebook and Instagram. She posts a lot of these videos of her. I guess she's from Ireland, and she's on the street singing to people, just random people. She's like a street performer. And I think that's kind of how she got popular. I could be wrong. She might have been on some TV shows, but I don't know that for a fact. So that's how I got to know her. And when I saw her video, I recognized her name right away. And I love her voice, so I thought this would be a good place to start. So let's go ahead and listen to this. This is Allie Sherlock singing "In My Life" by the Beatles. All right, let's do this. Here we go. Oh, this is quite the performance here.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends that went before. Some are dead and some are living.
Love her voice.
In my life, I love them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love them all.
Oh, she's sounding amazing here.
Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before.
was nice. I just love the timbre of her voice. Sorry, I had to move my microphone up. I forgot that I didn't pull it up when I started, so I'll adjust the volume to make sure you can hear me at the beginning there. So, like I said, I heard her voice on some street performance videos, so there was no surprise to me at all that she just sounded wonderful. With that said, and I'm almost angry about this, that dancer has got to go. That was so incredibly distracting from her just, I think, beautiful performance, and it added nothing to the song at all. In fact, they had the video on this dancer as much, if not more, than Allie. And whoever came up with that idea, I gotta disagree. I'm waving a flag or throwing a flag for a foul because this was just bad. With that said, that's my opinion. Anyway, she's got an incredibly powerful voice, which you can even pick up on, even though this was a slower, more mellow song. You could just feel it. You could just listening to her, you could tell that if she really wanted to, she could just belt something out. But this song didn't call for it, obviously, so she didn't. She presented this song, I think, in a real genuine way, which gave it a nice new perspective. But it maintained that nostalgic essence, if you will, of the original song, which I really liked. Obviously, and this is the same thing I thought, I think maybe the first time I heard her, obviously her voice is going to have some Adele comparisons. But I know you guys are going to question me on this next part. I also hear, when she's singing this, a little Rihanna. Where I'm picking, you guys are saying, what? Where I'm picking that up is when she sings affection, and was it the word that or something at the end of certain sentences? And she definitely had that Rihanna sound. Maybe you guys didn't pick up on that, but to me, it just screamed out. Overall, I think this was such a heartfelt rendition, and to see her out there with her guitar showcasing her talents, which is normally how I see her on these videos, was so nice to see. And she stayed true to herself and her music. Just wish to God that dancer would have just danced right off the stage at the very beginning, and I would have been fine with it. Seeing the videos I have of hers, it seems like she's taken such an interesting path, I think, to her success. She's just out there with the public singing her songs in a very personal manner, which really leaves her open, honestly, I think, to many possible criticisms, which are based because her performance is so raw and so real, and there's nothing really to manipulate her voice. She's just out there doing her thing. And if she messes up, it's going to really be evident, and you just don't see that in her videos. She's really incredibly talented. But with everything said, she's pulling off this song with great success and has an absolutely beautiful and impressive voice. No doubt about it. So, all right. Just wish that dancer wasn't there. So, all right, let me get my head. I'm going to leave the headphones on, but I'm going to go on to the next singer. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, we are back for number 2. I'm still mad about that dancer. I hope Allie didn't have a big hand in that, because then I would feel guilty. Personally, I just didn't like it. I don't like that kind of dance, but that's just me. All right, so this next video we're going to be listening to is In My Life, same as the previous one, but this time it's by Sara Niemietz, and W.G. Snuffy Walden. I like that name. That's a good name. And this looks like it's a studio just by the picture. It looks like it's some type of studio recording. So I'm glad, because I kind of like to stick with live recordings if I can. So let's go ahead and listen to this one, shall we? Here we go.
There are places I remember all my life. There were some have changed, some forever, not for better.
Oh, I like it.
Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their with lovers and friends. I still can recall some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all.
So good.
But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. Though I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more.
I love the guitar. It's sweet.
Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. Though I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more.
Oh, that whisper at the end was just beautiful. Wow, like that. I liked it a lot. Wow. There's a lot I could say about that. That was really soulful and heartfelt. It really, I think, showcased her beautiful voice. And she made just enough changes to the song to make it her own. I hate saying that because that sounds so cliche. She made it her own. But she changed it just enough to where she could kind of own it. I mean, it was really nice. She didn't overdo it. She did it, I think, just perfectly. And I want to get this out here right from the start. That Snuffy Walden, WG Snuffy Walden guy, did an absolutely marvelous job. He didn't overpower the vocals at all. It was kind of, how do you say it, like a minimalist contribution that just really, no, gosh, I can't believe I'm going to say this. It almost came out, but I got to pre-warn you, this is probably going to be bad. It really struck the right chord for me. For the slowed down version that he was playing, it was just a more mellow version of the song, and I think that suited her voice just perfectly. Sara has an unbelievably beautiful voice, and if there is any doubt of that, this slow down version that I'm talking about, that ending she gave us, just put the song over the top. It just spewed emotion and compassion and really believability of the song. She was able to interpret the song with such grace and like authenticity. I'm trying to come up with words because I'm really impressed how nice this was. I was doing my best as I was listening to this to categorize her version of this, but I found it like almost impossible. It felt a bit like jazz or blues, maybe a little rock, and maybe a little slightly pop, not too much, but maybe a little bit. And she's got this distinctive voice, and I was trying to put a finger on it. I don't know. Maybe Adele, definitely Adele. I could hear Adele in it. And maybe even like a hint of Nora Jones. Does that sound right? Do you guys agree? Do you have other suggestions? She sounds like somebody, but I just can't put a finger on it, but definitely not exactly like somebody. She's definitely got her own sound, which I just love. She has wonderful, the reason I compare her to people like Adele and Nora Jones is I think she's got wonderful control of her voice and was even able to pick out those moments of the song or just even single words of the song that had significant impact. And she highlighted those moments with her voice just wonderfully. It created such a perfect emotional tone for the song that the song just, I loved it. How's that? It was just, in my opinion, a perfect interpretation of this song. So I'm really glad I got lucky enough to pick this one out. So, all right. That's my thoughts on number 2. So let me switch over and get the video lined up, and we'll be back for the third song. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. And the next singer we're going to be listening to singing In My Life is Lindsay Saunders. And I don't know, honestly, anything about her other than I think she's like an American artist. And that's all I know. I know she's got a Pink Floyd picture in back here, so I'm glad to see that. And Brad Paisley, who I like, so I'm liking her type of music that she's listening to. So let's go ahead and listen to this. Again, this is, I should have to say that again, but it's Lindsay Saunders and singing a Beatles song. Okay, here we go right now.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their own moments. With lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are still living. In my life I've loved them all.
This is another really good version of this song. Love her voice.
But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these places lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more.
Oh, I love that she's playing this part. Nice.
Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more.
She brought that up and it caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that. So, wow, that was nice. Happy birthday, Bob. I am 3 for 3 on some really nice videos. Wow, that was nice. Before I even get into her voice on here, I gotta say, I really enjoyed watching her play the guitar. There's no way any of you watched this and listened to it and wasn't focused on her or her fingers playing that entire thing. She was all over. She had all these, I don't know. I play guitar. I never did anything like that. It just really, that guitar playing just really tied her to the song. It kind of gave her some level of ownership or authenticity to the song, I believe. I know she's an American artist, but I really sensed, and maybe I'm completely wrong, but I really sensed this Irish ornamentation, that Irish sound. I'm not sure if it's the vibrato she used or not, but I think hopefully you know what I'm talking about when I said she kind of had that Irish sound to it. And a good example of what I'm talking about is with that Irish sound is a UK singer that I've listened to in the past that I just love. Her name is Ruth Notman. I don't know if you've heard her or not. She's not Irish, and she would probably be classified maybe as, if I had to put a name on it, maybe like a British folk artist. But when I hear her sing, I immediately sense that Irish or Scottish sound to it. And that's exactly what I'm thinking about here. If you haven't heard Ruth, you got to listen to a cover of hers. It's called Caledonia. Beautiful, beautiful song. I'll have a link to that one also below so you can check it out. You'll love it. So when I hear Lindsay sing, that's kind of what I'm hearing. I don't know, give me your thoughts on that, but because that really jumped out to me. And trust me, that's a really good thing because that's right smack dab in the middle of that sound that I just really enjoyed listening to. So kudos to her. And you know what's an interesting point, and I really want to make this with her. Whenever you're listening to a cover and you suddenly stop mentally comparing it to the original version, you're listening to something quite special. And that happened here. I wasn't even thinking about the Beatles version anymore. I was so focused on what Lindsay was singing and how she was presenting the song. And that combination of her unique and beautiful voice, coupled with that just wonderful guitar playing, really just gave us, I think, such a special take on this song. And those beautiful notes that she hit at the end, those were really, I think, the explanation point to this entire song. So, yay, great job, Lindsay. All right, let me do this. I want to sum this up, but I just want to think just for a second. And let me get my headphones off, and I'll be back for some quick final thoughts. Hold on. All right, we are back. Final thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed that because I really did. I loved each one. They were just each one special in their own way. I was keeping my fingers crossed on this video. I wasn't sure if there were really many good covers of this classic Beatles song. Wow, those worries were so incredibly unjustified because, like I just said, each one of these artists did just an amazing job of presenting their song. We just listened to three wonderful takes of really one of John Lennon's and the Beatles' most loved songs of all time. And all three did an amazing job, and there'd just be no way for me to rate them 1 through 3. It's impossible. I'll leave that up to you. I'm not going to do that here because I hate to say this. I'm not trying to be politically correct here or anything. I just thought each one was great. And I would really appreciate, and I want to stress this, if each of you could jump over to the artist pages and liking their videos. I'll keep links for those below as well. That's really the best way for us to show our appreciation for these amazing performances they've shown us here. And like I said, I'll leave the links below so you can find their pages. I obviously appreciate your likes to my reaction here, but please don't forget the real reason that we're listening to this today, and that's the artists. So bottom line, I was struck by the various interpretations and unique styles that each artist brought to this song. And I believe each rendition really offered us a fresh perspective, really showing us the power of the Beatles and showing us the timeless and versatility, the timelessness, I should say, and versatility of this just amazing Beatles song. So anyways, guys, thank you for listening. This was kind of a long video, so I'm glad you hung in there. If you saw this, the end of this, thank you very much. Remember, only life is priceless. Please make each and every day count. God bless all of you. Peace out. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.